We are celebrating Nurses Week here at Kettering Health Hamilton. We are catching up with a couple of our nursing leaders, and right now we are so lucky to connect with Amy Dietz, who's our Director of Nursing here at Kettering Health Hamilton. And as we celebrate Nurses Week, let's learn a little bit more about the impact that Amy makes here at Kettering Health Hamilton. So Amy, welcome.
Thanks.
So let's just get to know you a little bit. How long have you been a nurse?
26 years.
26 years.
Mm-hmm.
So you were like 12 when you became a nurse.
Correct.
So
Maybe
you were the
11.
youngest nurse ever in history.
Ever.
Awesome.
Yes.
So, and as you, so you've been a nurse for a number of years.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you become a nurse? What inspired you to become a nurse?
I think just to help people. I just truly like to help people. And even in the role now, I'm not at the bedside. It's different, but I feel like my impact can be on several units now instead of just focus on one.
As talking of helping people, is there a specific moment that really stands out and made you say, yeah, I know that I chose the right profession in life? Is there a specific moment that stands out where you kind of had that validation or this aha moment?
I think probably when I worked at Miamisburg, truthfully, because before that I was always like, man, I don't know if this is for me. Nursing is hard, but not only is it hard, am I doing a good job? There's so many things that happen, but just the patients at Miamisburg, I just felt very touched by, and I felt like I was truly making a difference there. So I would say that.
Yeah. So as you think about making a difference, there are times when it can be rather difficult or challenging. And whether you have a tough patient who maybe got some life-altering news, how do you stay in the frame of mind when you just came from a situation that's very tough or challenging, or maybe the person was inappropriate? How do you then go into the next room and bring your best, Amy?
You kind of just have to take a breath, especially when you're on a med-surg unit, you're carrying 5 to 6 patients. You go into that room, experience whatever is happening with that patient, and walk out and take a deep breath before you go into the next one, because you need to be present with each patient.
So talking about being present, what's the thing that you miss most that you used to be able to do that now that we're actually in Amy's we're in Amy's office? What's the thing that you miss most?
I think just the direct interaction with patients every day. You know, even when I was a manager, I got to see patients every single day on a different level than I do today. And I would say that's what I miss the most, because as a manager, you're around on every single patient every day. So you made a connection. And when they come back, a different visit, you still remember that patient. So I think just that patient interaction.
So how do you get that fulfillment, or how do you get that interaction today?
More with staff than with patients, and then they're the ones that go out and take care of the patients, but I think more with staff today.
Well, one of the things that I really appreciate about you, in addition to a number of things, is the way in which you recognize your team. So you developed an award to recognize the leaders. So maybe just tell the group what the award that you developed and really why you developed it.
It is Lead by Example, and the reason I did it is you just see so many awards all the time, but not necessarily for leaders, and the managers especially are working so hard. So just trying to recognize them for all their great efforts. They are the ones that touch every single staff member that then touches the patient. So that's really why I created it. But it is truly just whoever is leading by example out there.
That's excellent. I love that. It's so much fun when we get to go out and recognize the leaders for making a positive and profound difference. And it's their teams who nominate the leaders.
Correct. Yep.
Well, that's excellent.
Yep.
Well, let's have some fun here for a second.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
Favorite breakfast food?
Oh, blueberry waffles.
Blueberry waffles. Excellent choice. I like the
Yum.
way you roll. Go-to snack, 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon?
Rice Krispie treat.
Rice Krispie. I thought you were going to say Diet Mountain Dew.
Well, that's with the Rice Krispie treat. That's not a snack. That's a drink.
That's a drink. Okay, good point. Okay. What was the one thing when a patient or family brought in a treat to say thank you that you really loved?
Oh, Dorothy Lane Market sugar cookies, the Laura cookies. Those are so good.
Yeah.
Yes.
What do you love doing in your free time?
Swimming in my pool. Well, not swimming, floating in my pool.
I think you're Michael Phelps or something.
No, definitely not. I float better than I swim.
Okay. And what gives you the most hope for the nursing profession as you look forward, knowing what you know and looking to the future?
I would just say the nurses that are coming out of COVID, how they're all coming together, and I feel like we're stabilizing and they're moving forward, and it's like, okay, move on, what's next?
Yeah. So, as you think about those new nurses who
Mhm.
come on the floor, what advice do you give, or would you give a new nurse thinking about coming on the floor or trying to figure out, or maybe they're just trying to figure out whether or not nursing's right for them?
Sure.
What advice would you give them?
I would say always ask questions. You know, new nurses are really scared sometimes of nurses that have more maturity in their skill. Always ask questions and don't be afraid to go to someone if you don't know.
Well, I love that. So, one of the things I've enjoyed over Nurses Week, I spent some time reading a little bit about Florence Nightingale.
Hmm.
What's most interesting is the impact that Florence Nightingale, so yes, she was a profound nurse, but really the impact that she made on the nursing profession as a whole,
Hmm.
talking about how to treat patients and setting about creating processes and systems that were replicatable beyond just the one individual. And it really centers around nursing
Sure.
leadership. So as we celebrate Florence Nightingale's birthday, which is actually today on Friday when we're talking, thank you for the way in which you are advancing the nursing profession.
Yes.
Our patients are getting better care because of you
Thank you.
and the positive culture which you're creating in a variety of different ways. And it's a heck of a lot of fun
It is a
serving
lot of fun
alongside
here.
you.
Oh, thank you.
So happy Nurses Week. Thank you
you.
for answering that call of nursing and
Sure.
for following your heart of passion and making a difference in those that you serve.
Thank you.
We're like